Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by the REC Toycast. I'm your host, Roman Chavez. With me, as always,
Eric Icarus.
Eric.
What's up?
You can find us on Instagram at REC Podcast.
Right.
You can follow myself at Roman REC Podcast, and you can follow the bomb dude himself,
Gulag _J_ Wheelden.
Wheelden, with a hard heel.
Yeah, people always ask me how they pronounce my name. They go, "Is it Wheeldon?"
Yeah,
well, it's Wheelden.
Well, it's Wheelden. Well, you just broke the. I didn't realize you were. You were gonna break the mystere of your. Is Icarus's last name?
I know, right? I should have.
Just broke it.
Better. I know.
We're gonna leave it in there.
Yeah, we need to. Because if you've been listening this long, I'm treating you to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a treat.
This is what you deserve, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Icarus is not my last name.
Man.
What's up, dude?
There's some interesting things going on in this. It's funny because things can't move, so it's hard to expect news.
Sure.
And again, we're not a news site, but there is always some interesting things out there. First and foremost, it sounds like Diamond Distributions are gonna deliver to the retailers' homes.
Oh, okay.
So that they can, you can bring your stuff to your shop and you can put it out. It's like, how is that any different? You're going to the same amount of homes that you're going to stores.
Yeah. Why not just cut the middleman out and just go to the store, man?
Yeah, I guess maybe you do run the risk of passing more people or what. I bet you so that they can still do online business. That's probably what their thought process is. Yeah. I saw a headline. I didn't read it. I'm just making assumptions based on that.
No, that's
because
that's good.
That only really hits with some people. But I think it would be interesting. It's like, oh, you guys can still do online sales.
Right.
If you take it to your shop, we didn't. That's exactly what it is. It's a liability thing. We're not bringing it to their shops. If they take it to their shops, we can't stop them. That's exactly what's going on. So, hey, hopefully that helps some of these guys who are struggling who thought they were going to struggle down the road. And I hope that they keep themselves safe. They're still doing the curbside pickups and everything. They're taking every precaution.
That's good. I mean, anything that's going to keep the scene going, man. Because like you said, it parts of the scene are dying. Yeah. Like these little mom and pop shops. And. I don't want it to see it go that way. No, I mean I'm not as vested in it as you are, but I mean I'm kind of getting into it now and pulled into the scene, and it sucks to have to see this, man.
It does.
It's tragic, man.
My wife and I, we want to open a comic book store.
That was the initial reason for this.
Yeah, just some stuff to get going, and we've had the talk several times, and she wants me to be happy, and it would make me happy. This is such an eye opener, because if we go into it, we have to know, hey, we've got to have this in the bank at all times.
Right.
This is the emergency fund, which you're like, oh. You should always have that idea, but how many of us really were prepared to go maybe 3 months without working?
I mean, maybe most of us have a month to fall on.
I saw something in USA Today or something that was like most people have no more than $600 in their savings account.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that even if you had enough to cover your rent for 1 month. Mm-hmm. Most people are like, okay, that's okay, because I don't expect everything to be shut down this long. But it's hard to save.
Yeah,
I mean, this isn't going to turn into a financial show, but it's hard out there.
Yeah,
everyone is kind of living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, a lot of people are figuring that out now. If they weren't before,
it's a bummer, man.
But yeah, we want to open one, and this has been quite the eye opener on like what you need to be able to do. So if you're a shop that really only deals in new comics, you're not bringing in old stuff at like a good price that people will still want to spend, because there's a lot of the mom and pop places, they're all mom and pop, that they bring in comics and they jack up the price 2-3 times more than people go to eBay or Instagram.
Yeah, totally.
I've bought the most expensive books I've owned that I've purchased, I bought on Instagram.
Really?
Because I can get a better deal there than nearly any local store. And I'd be more than happy, and this would be dirty to do the Instagram people, but I would rather keep my LCS open too. Be like, hey, this guy's gonna sell it to me for $200.
Right.
You want 6? Like,
sorry, dude.
Like, I'm just gonna get this, or you could,
or you can bring it down, man.
Yeah.
No, I think that's how capitalism works.
Yeah, there needs to be some more hustling on these guys to bring in stuff because I hate it when I go into a comic store and there's no wall comics.
Right.
Or there's no,
it's sad.
It's like, what? You don't have anything
you got no spicy meatballs, no white whales on the wall. Like nothing, dude.
You got all of these back issues and it's all garbage books.
Yeah.
It's all garbage books.
It.
And it's all garbage books and they're at, cover price or more.
It's like, okay, you want...
you've been sitting on this for 10 years. I'm not paying
you want this Punisher War Journal 200 for $5?
Yeah, I don't think Punisher War Journal got to 200, guys, but I just wanted to show validity. Eric only reads what I tell him to, or if he finds it on his own.
Yeah, that's it.
But
I like Punisher. He's a good dude.
I appreciate... He's a good dude.
He's a bomb dude.
He's a bomb dude. He's... It's interesting to... I'm glad that you pulled that because, I think you were in your mind, you were like, I don't know where comics end.
No, funny enough, you actually had the talk with me, like, they go X amount, and then they start another volume?
Yes.
Is that so it could go X-Men 100 Volume 1,
yes,
and then Volume 2 starts...
Yes.
Yeah, so that's...
Yeah, and it gets really upsetting because, especially if you have, like, an OCD with numbers.
Right, yeah.
They'll be on Volume 6 of X-Men, and it'll be, issue 12, issue 13, and they'll be like, we're going back to original numbering, so it goes, like, 12, 13, then, like, 600. So
why would they do that at that point?
It's so weird. Like, I get it that the ideas of number ones do drive up peaks.
Sure.
But it's like, at the same time, if you keep recycling that can, at some point it just the can you can't recycle that can anymore.
You can't, no.
And we see comics die off all the time like that. Where it's like, hey, you guys ready for another X-Men Blue number 1? It's like, no, stop. They're already dead. Like it's the most ridiculous thing. But I digress. So it's cool that Diamond's going to do that.
Yeah.
They need to as well. I mean, again, they're not being. This isn't like some philanthropic effort. It is. Oh, we can't pay our bills either.
Yeah.
We can't pay
Take
our
these
employees
books
either.
and sell it.
Yeah. I wish I had some extra scratch to send some books to get graded, because I'm getting emails a couple times a week from CGC being like, hey guys, we're still open. Like, we're still accepting submissions.
Like, I know you are, but I got nothing to give you.
Like, they might as well have just emailed me a naked picture. These are some thirsty emails. You know what I mean? They're quite thirsty. I was telling Eric about we've been putting up stuff in the podcast studio, and I'm having to put up these movie action figures.
Right.
And he's like, Bubba Hotep.
Yeah.
Like, cool. He keeps saying it.
Yeah.
And I'm like not satisfying his curiosity at all. I'm just like, I don't know, doing my thing.
I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So I finally put together that he does not get what Bubba Hotep is.
Nope.
And you know what? I'm going to venture that most people don't.
Nope.
So, kids, let me tell you a quick tale of Bubba Hotep. So, Bubba Hotep is a Bruce Campbell movie. I don't know if he wrote it or directed. I can't remember that. I've only seen it one time. But it's a funny story that's really just okay about this guy Bruce Campbell, who claims to be Elvis. He says basically at the height of Elvis's fame, he couldn't handle it, so he switches with a double, which is a conspiracy theory, and it's that double who dies, of a heart attack on the toilet, and this guy says, hey, I am Elvis, and he's in an old folks home, and yeah. His best friend is this guy who claims to be actually JFK. He's like, oh, they switched us. Well, this guy who claims to be JFK is an old black guy. So there's that air of, is he actually Elvis or is he not?
Right.
And it's cool because they do a fun flashback.
Sure, yeah.
So that's an interesting story in itself, to be honest.
Sure.
But then for some reason, a mummy gets resurrected very close to this retirement home. And
wait a minute, he gets arrested?
No, I'm sorry. Did I say arrested?
Oh, maybe I heard arrested.
I may have said resurrected.
Okay, I was like,
close to this retirement home, and Elvis and JFK gotta take him out. And it sounds way funnier than it actually is. The movie's just okay.
I want to watch this.
But if you like kind of cheeky, just weird
Bruce
Campbell movies,
it's old school Sam Raimi movies.
Yeah, if you like that kind of stuff. check it out. It's super ridiculous, and a lot of us have time. So, and I'm going to tell you, I don't think the movie's any good. I'd rather talk about the movie than watch the movie.
You're making it sound actually really funny.
Yeah, so...
Do they have like a sequel for the movie?
Well, they wanted to do a sequel, and it was going to be called Bubba Nosferatu, and... I'd
pay good money for that.
I would watch it. I even though Bubba Hotep's not that good, I would go watch Bubba Nosferatu because at the end of the day, it deserves to exist.
Sure.
And it's goofy, and it's making my co-host here laugh uncontrollably.
I'm giggling,
just
man.
giggling. He's got the giggles. So, just a suggestion in this possible quarantine time.
Come on, Bruce Campbell. You got the time. Write us a script. I mean, he had time before this.
Yeah, that's true.
He's like, hey, Sam, are you doing any movies? You can put me in for 2 seconds? No.
I wonder if we'll get Bruce Campbell in Multiverse of Madness now.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
I hope we get... Dude,
I'd be down with Raimi doing Doctor Strange 2.
I hope we get it, and I hope we see Tobey Maguire real quick as Spider-Man. If we're going in the multiverse, why not?
Might as well.
The Raimi-verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Have fun with it.
Yeah. Now there's something a little less heartening, and I'm gonna be completely honest. My co-host cannot handle himself. All right, he enjoys this way too much. He loves to see. Eric would be an Ari Shaffir fan if any of you guys can understand that reference, but square-jawed, seemingly harmless Ezra Miller was in the news this week.
Was he now?
Yeah, he apparently choked a fan, and it's a weird video, man.
If you haven't seen the video, I mean, there's no real context to it, though.
Yeah, there was some a bystander or a friend or a rep or something was saying that these fans came up to Ezra. They were being very confrontational,
sure,
or just overly excited or something like that.
Yeah, a little aggressive.
Because and it seemed to be all women too.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's like he kind of sounds like he's drunk.
Yeah,
and he grips her and puts her on the ground.
Yeah, he
man.
chokes her and he slams her down and. I mean, he could be like, "Hey, listen, man, 6 feet.
Yeah,
6 feet. Get away from me."
Yeah, and
he was fearing for his life.
There is a world in which he is intoxicated and he is concerned about COVID-19.
Right.
Doesn't excuse it, but it does give. At least I do want a reason. I don't want to see our actors and actresses just being that way.
Sure.
So, but it's like, wow, what a weird.
What an odd thing to come up this time. Like it was like Christmas for me.
Yeah, so weird.
It was like I don't know why I have a sick obsession with seeing like people like that just fall. But I mean, again, I think it had to do with maybe, like you said, he did sound intoxicated. I think he was afraid of getting sick, and he was just quick to act.
Well, did you see UFC light heavyweight champ John Jones got arrested in Albuquerque?
For what?
John Jones, I know you're familiar with him,
yes,
but he's arguably the greatest mixed martial artist of all time, really competitively, and he's had tons of trouble with the law, and he was like a couple days before he got arrested, he was like, "Hey guys, stay home, this and that, this and that," and then like the cops find him out and about, like hanging out with like homeless people. Yeah, it was so weird. And he was like intoxicated, and nothing's gonna happen to him. It doesn't seem like, but yeah, people are getting that cabin fever.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It's like the Flash is choking women.
Yeah,
this trained killer's hanging out with homeless dudes.
Dude, I know. Yeah, you're right. And like that type of stuff. I'm
wearing a white T-shirt.
Yeah, those are the matches. Those are the matches next to the gunpowder. Like, you don't want to do that. Like get out there, run. But it's like when you
are you talking about the Flash?
Yeah. He was quick to do what he did.
Yeah, but he should have gone out and ran.
Yeah. You got burned off that energy, that lady beating energy. I don't know. So very strange. So yeah, this is doing stuff, and I thought it was pretty lame.
Yeah, it is lame. Do you think they'll cancel the Flash movie?
I mean,
it's canceled anyway.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they need a reason.
reason.
They're like, oh, Ezra Miller,
we
can't do it.
How dare you? Yeah, it is lame though.
Because they were supposed to be in like production, like literally, like right when they started, they were supposed to be starting production on the film.
Right, that's why he's upset.
Oh, probably. I mean, it's everybody's going through what they're going through, But Eric, my idea today.
Are you going to four-way into something?
No. I'm just going to start talking, and then maybe something will come out. But I was thinking about lame superheroes today.
Yeah,
and I was asking Eric, what are some lame superheroes that he likes, or just lame superheroes that he knows? And is there a superhero that you really that you like out of those lame ones. And while doing some research for this, I was actually having a hard time finding like credible. Like I'm not talking about strictly for joke purposes, because there are those heroes.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
But there are just
legit
some lame
superheroes
ones
that are like supposed to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
That are like, really? What were you thinking here?
Yeah.
But some of them, for me, I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Dig it, you know? Some that you would probably be shocked that, like, oh, Eric likes that?
Yeah. So give me one. Give me one.
You know, I'm going to start off strong with the one that, you know, people probably wouldn't think that I'd like. And she's become quite popular in the last few years. So this might not work, but doesn't negate the fact that Squirrel Girl is pretty lame.
Yeah. She has gained popularity very, in the last like 5-8 years or something that. Just kind of this
it's exactly what you think. It's a woman, this woman born with a prehensile squirrel tail. She's not a mutant though, from what I read.
No.
And she can mentally communicate with squirrels.
Yeah. She's just a meta-human.
Yeah. Just a meta-human?
Yeah,
okay.
Just a meta, yeah.
Yeah, and that's her spiel. And she looks kind of squirrely.
Yeah. She looks very furry. So that I do think that lends itself to her popularity with the furry community.
Sure, yeah.
But the character's actually interesting.
She's cool.
And she's kind of fun, and she gets.
Let me explain why I think she's a complete. I'm just gonna say badass.
Oh wow!
This is
stars and garters.
This is a character that's taken out Galactus, which that's bunk. I'm not gonna count that one.
Yeah.
But it's taken out Doctor Doom, held off the Skrulls to save Luke Cage and Jessica Jones's baby.
Well, she fails, but
that's what I mean. She held him off.
Yeah, she did.
She held her own for a little while until sneaky Skrull Jarvis gets the drop on her. Spoilers. But I mean, it's cool because it's unexpected.
Yeah.
And sometimes in this this genre that we read, unexpected does not happen often.
That's true.
And then when we get moments like that, it's so cool. Yeah. And her character is very just upbeat. Like, she's not a downer. She's like, look on the bright side of life. And, I just thought that was fascinating that Jessica Jones and Luke Cage hired her as a baby, a nanny.
Yeah.
And not really thinking that anything bad would happen, because who would steal Luke Cage and Jessica Jones's kid?
Yeah, who wants to die?
Who's dumb enough to do that? But, actually being able to fend these Skrulls off.
Yeah.
And then taking out the one and only Doctor Doom.
I know.
Come on.
I call bunk on that too, but it's fun.
It is funny.
It's more feasible than her taking on Galactus.
Yeah, that's dumb. But Doctor Doom, I kind of give it some credence, because Doom probably didn't see that coming.
Oh yeah, he underestimated.
He's like, squirrels, cobras. Yeah. I wish we had a clip of the Simpsons putting the squirrels down their pants for the purposes of gambling.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that is a character that I actually enjoy. And a lot of people probably would be surprised that I enjoy it.
Yes, I would.
And I even have a Funko Pop of Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
And when we break it down, pretty lame.
Yeah.
Pretty lame if you just said straight up, yeah, it's a girl that talks to squirrels. She has a tail.
But it's funny, in the right hands, it makes sense.
Boom.
And the right hands in this instance was Brian Michael Bendis.
Yeah,
he brought that character in, had it make a lot of sense. And to the flip side of that, I think a lame character who was also kind of resurrected by Brian Michael Bendis is the Sentry. The Sentry's pretty lame because he's not interesting.
He's not.
Because he is more powerful than Superman, and also magnified the lameness of Superman.
Yes.
And he's got a very complicated yet convoluted kind of idea. The character should be gold, and he's not.
Right.
Visually very cool.
Yeah, totally.
Conceptually very cool. His idea is that he drank this potion that gave him the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. And then at one point, when somebody else is writing the character, they say 1,000 exploding suns.
Gotcha.
Like they start to try to taper it back.
Yeah, because 1,000,000 is OP.
Yeah, this character is very Superman-esque in terms of like what he's supposed to mean.
Right.
Super strength. He's got some like mental capabilities,
right.
Energy projection.
Right.
He has a calming effect on the Hulk.
Right.
Like almost like childlike.
Yeah.
He like turns the Hulk childlike in his mental capacity.
Right.
He's got a lot of weird powers. His best friend is Reed Richards.
Yeah.
But the flip side of that is that his supervillain is his character, the Void.
Right.
And the Void, no matter how good the Sentry is, he just can never fully defeat the Void, and it's a very interesting concept because it turns out the Void is him.
Yes.
It's a very Jekyll and Hyde situation.
Right.
For every thing of good, he kind of has this dark side to him that Tyler Durden,
sure,
more or less,
there you go.
Who's doing the dirt on the other end.
Right. It's the duality of the character that should make it fascinating.
Yes.
And it's
just not.
It's kind of not.
It's just not.
Because weren't they marketing it as like this forgotten Stan Lee creation?
Yes.
That's how they marketed it.
Yeah,
right?
It was a wizard joke.
Oh, okay.
It might have even come out in the April issue.
Wow.
But they're like, oh, hey, we found these old Jack Kirby sketches and this script. And they interviewed Stan, and they had this like fake interview with Stan.
Like,
and everything.
Oh yeah, the Century True Believers.
Yeah, so they create this character saying like this is old Jack sketches and everything, and they just had other another artist like do the miniseries.
Sure,
but yeah, it was a fun thing. And then Brian Michael Bendis brought him back in New Avengers,
right?
And Squirrel Girl's reiteration is in a later volume of New Avengers or a later trade. And yeah, it sounded like he really wanted to do something with this character, and he just never really pulled it off.
Yeah, he didn't pull it off.
Just never pulled it off.
I mean, he had some cool feats. He ripped Carnage in half.
Yes,
he ripped
right off the bat.
Yeah, ripped Ares in half, or was it Loki? Or both of them.
I think he does both of them. That's his move.
Yeah, his main move is like MacGruber rips throats.
Yes,
Sentry tears people in half.
Yeah.
The wrong way.
MacGruber
the long way.
is a more interesting superhero than the Sentry.
I mean,
and that's unfortunate. Okay?
I mean, like you said, I think visually he's kind of cool, but his costume is this mustard yellow, though.
Well, it's just because he's like wearing that dirty costume for like the years he was in prison, which I don't want to spoil. If you've never read New Avengers, you got to read New Avengers Breakout.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's great, and when you read that, you're going to be like, the Sentry's awesome, and then they just never.
And they just don't follow through on it.
No, they come through it later in the kind of the climax of the character's whack. Yep. So, but yes,
Sentry, just peters out, man.
Sentry should be cool and is lame.
Super lame.
Yeah.
And it's a bummer because potential.
Yes,
I love
so
the duality, Jekyll Hyde thing,
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Durden thing going there, but it could have been very cool. It could have said a lot about the superhero, like because like maybe you think about it that way. That's life, as much good as you can do in the world, someone or something is going to do as much bad in the world.
Yeah.
So I think that's fascinating. My next choice is from the DC universe.
Yeah.
Mr. Codpiece.
Yeah.
Do you know Codpiece?
I'm aware of him visually.
Yep.
But I don't think I've ever actually read anything.
You can tell the kids what he looks like. He's a purple suit, if I'm correct, and he fashions things onto his codpiece. If you don't know what a codpiece is, like a jockstrap, I guess.
Yeah. But like for fashion.
Yeah. Yep. That. Yeah. And he puts knives on there.
Ziggy Stardust had some codpieces.
Oh, and awesome codpieces.
Yeah.
Kiss had
probably the king of codpieces.
Yeah. Kiss had codpiece. Alex from Clockwork Orange.
Yes.
Him and his gang, the Droogs, were codpieces. But
Eric actually really likes what's his name?
Which one?
Captain Codpiece. What's his name?
Captain Cod. Yeah, David Bowie.
No. But what's the hero's name? Codpiece Man?
Yeah, just Codpiece.
Oh, just Codpiece.
Yeah, it's just Codpiece. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
The Captain Codpiece.
That would be a better name.
Yeah, it would be. Way better.
No, he's just Codpiece. I guess his origin is that he was in school and some girl kicked him in the nether regions, and that was his origin. That it humiliated him so much that he never wanted that area to be hurt ever again.
Need to have the fashion.
Yeah, he fashioned, quote unquote, weapons to go in that area. So rockets, guns.
Yeah. I bet you hip thrusts.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, if you're gonna be the codpiece, you better. Yeah.
I mean, if he didn't, that's probably the worst potential thing you could have done.
Yeah.
Is waste the thrusting on the codpiece,
Yeah.
man. I mean, I don't know terribly a lot about this character.
Yeah.
But visually, it cracks me up.
Yeah.
But it's lame.
Yeah.
It's super effing lame, and it's kind of offensive.
Yeah.
In some ways. But it's just funny.
Yeah.
And I don't think they ever did anything with him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's fighting Batman.
No. But, Batman does have some lame people. I'll give an honorable mention. And this is an animated series, but I like it. Oh, my God. Condiment King. Condiment King is great. He's got this backpack and these guns that are full of different condiments that he fires at Batman. And you can just see, like, Batman just being so over the Condiment King.
Yeah, he's like, dude.
Brings him in.
I was like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to break my one rule.
Yeah.
Joker's like, I'm going to send Condiment King. Yeah. He's going to kill him.
Yeah, just gonna irritate him. Two of my least favorite character names ever.
Right.
I'm going to do a twofer, and I'm also going to go DC. I'm a big Legion of Superheroes fan. I love the Legion of Superheroes. I love the idea. Okay. I love stuff with rings, and I love super teams and the future aspect of it. But there are two specifically.
Mm-hmm.
One is Bounce Boy.
Okay.
And the other, and I kid you not, Matter Eater Lad.
I'm aware of the latter.
Yes. Bounce Boy literally just kind of inflates himself and bounces around. Cool. Like that gets you into the club. Yeah, Matter Eater Lad I can kind of take to an extent. It's just like, give me a better name.
Right. Matter Eater Lad.
It's so bad. And he just can eat anything. He can just eat anything. Yeah. That's cool. Cool circus thing, I guess.
Yeah. But like metal, and then can he eat like antimatter?
That's what it seems like. But I've never seen him eat antimatter. But yeah, he just can like eat anything. So like they've done it where like in the back in the there's kryptonite, and he just like consumes it to save Superboy. You know,
so he's definitely just there to like,
I got this, guys.
Yeah, I'll eat that for you, man.
Yeah, like it does give you more thought. I'm like, then his jaw's super strong because he can bite through it.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
There are some side effects to it. He can't, as far as I know, like he can eat anything. So like even like poisons and stuff like that. Yeah. So there's merit to. It's just the name is terrible.
Yeah, the name's awful.
It's so bad.
Again, more potential.
Yeah,
undercut by something. Trivial.
And I say this all the time. Even the name Batman is stupid too.
Dumb.
It's so Superman. So is Wonder Woman. They're all stupid.
Yeah.
Especially when you have a guy like Phantom X out there. A guy like the Red Hood.
Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
Come on, that's just invokes fear.
Yeah, you just had to grab all the animal names when Wolverine took off, you know? Like... Or I'd even... If he was just the Bat.
The Bat would be... Okay.
Yeah. Like,
sure.
I don't know. Yeah. Look out for the Spider. You know?
Yeah, Spider-Man... Yeah,
Mr. Fantastic is terrible.
Yeah,
but Elongated Man. Elongated Man is just as bad as Matter Eater Lad. It's just as bad.
Because if people don't know, Elongated Man actually cool character.
Cool character.
Very cool character.
But why is he not Rubber Man? Why is he not? Same thing with Plastic Man. Like why? Plastic Man's a terrible name too.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Cool character though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, he's funny. He's funny.
Funny,
but Elongated Man detective. I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, arguably.
Next to Bat.
Yeah, Batman second best detective in the Justice League.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah. So he's quite smart. He's quite smart. So yeah, those two. Do you have another lame one?
Yeah, I'm going back to the Marvel pool here.
Okay.
A little known X-Man, shuffled from this mortal coil, if I'm not mistaken. Cypher.
Yeah, you. A lot of people don't like Cypher. I like lame. Cypher.
Cypher...
I think it works more now than it ever did then.
Because of the immigration crisis?
No, because of the technopath. So we're going to be political.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, because then a technopath doesn't make that much sense.
Yeah, but that's not how it was explained initially.
Yeah, that's true.
It became that, which, I mean, cool. Yeah, good on whoever did that. Bully for whoever did that. Because initially he was just... He could speak any language, right? Yeah. Understand, and then... Speak any language.
Yeah, and then it's like, technology's the language.
Which, it is. Technically.
I'm down. Sure. Comic book science. I'm
down with that. But yeah, initially he was, brought to the X-Men as like, okay, yeah, he can speak Spanish and Russian, but I guess they did make it kind of cool as they take him onto these alien planets.
Yes.
And then boom.
Totally cool.
Got a translator right there. Yeah. So you're not starting any wars.
Yeah.
So, but initially, and... Aesthetically, not cool.
No, he doesn't.
Just a blonde dude. Yeah. And they didn't even give him a cool costume. They just gave him the red shirt costume version of the X-Men costume.
Just a blonde bomb dude.
I wouldn't even say he was bomb.
Nah, yeah. I don't know. I always liked the character, but yeah, he always got a lot of crap. And yes, the kind of making him more technology-based later is cool. Much cooler.
Very cool.
But I like the whole other thing. But if you can talk to technology, the technology can tell you,
lie to you.
Russian and all. No, they can tell you Russian. They can tell you those things anyway.
That's true. Yeah.
So it just kind of becomes all encompassing.
Yeah. I mean, speaking any language would come in handy.
Yeah.
I mean,
what about the Spot? And the Spot is another one, lame name, but his power's kind of cool. Where he kind of basically opens little portals around people. So his costume, has like this white costume, and then there's like black circles on him. But those black circles are actually like. they're all like little black holes.
Right.
So he can throw them up, and like go through them to get himself to another place.
Sure.
But like it's always very comical where he like throws it up and then like punches through it and then like punches Spider-Man in the face. Like the guy should just be like a bank thief.
Sure.
Jewel thief or something.
Yeah, totally.
Him and the Vanisher. Like those characters, there could be like something cool, low level. Like we don't want to attract the Avengers, but we're gonna take we're gonna take some
cool.
Money.
Yeah, and the street heroes could be a threat to them.
Yeah, totally.
The
spot could be very interesting for Daredevil. See? Like Daredevil can hear him or feel him coming. Like so he can't get punched.
Yeah.
Or he can throw up all of those black holes.
Where's he at?
Yeah.
It messes with his...
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, it could be very cool.
You should be working at these places, man.
Yeah, well, if they just had a job for a guy who wants to sit in his boxers and spout comic ideas.
Isn't that every comic book writer?
I don't know. They make it sound like it's hard. I don't know. I don't know. I guess if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. You know?
That's a good point, man.
Yeah.
We could do a couple more because I got a couple more.
Oh, okay, go for it. Yeah, lay them on.
You know what? I mean, we could just go through.
Give me some honorable mentions.
I'm gonna just go with the whole Great Lake Avengers.
Yeah, but see, they're meant to be a joke.
You think so?
I
don't think so.
They're meant to be a joke, I think. But go ahead. Who are the Great Lake? The GLA.
The Great Lake Avengers are. They are based out of Michigan, and the team leader is Mr. Immortal, who actually I think is kind of cool.
Yeah,
he just can't die.
Yeah,
like you literally can blow him up, cut his head off, and he just regenerates. And and apparently he's going to live until the universe implodes. Yeah. To learn one final secret. That's his. Yeah, that's his thing, and that's kind of cool. I believe Squirrel Girl was on that team.
Squirrel Girl was on that team.
Yeah,
for a minute,
and then we have Big Bertha.
Mm-hmm.
We've brought up on the show before. Doorman, who is kind of like Spot.
Yeah.
He's basically a door. He's just a humanoid door. You can walk through him.
Yeah, Flatman.
Who
looks like 2D Mr. Fantastic.
Right? Yeah, he's like as thin as paper.
Yeah.
There's Pterodactyl.
Mm-hmm.
And Dinosaur. What? Yeah. Dinosaur, as in fly.
Yeah.
Who is Mr. Immortal's lover?
Mm-hmm.
Is a humanoid dinosaur creature, and I'm sure there's some other more lame heroes on there, but I guess their whole spiel was like they were like, okay, we're kind of lame, but we can do some good.
Yeah.
And I think they even actually got sued by the real Avengers in the comic books for trying to. Use their name to push themselves.
Yeah, they seem like a team that would be in the Kick-Ass movies.
Hey! Yeah, there you go.
Like
okay.
They seem like that kind of team.
Sure.
With a couple of them actually having pretty decent powers, though.
Okay, yeah. Do you have a lame super villain?
Well, the Spot is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I have one off the top of my head that I'm like, why...
So why do you exist?
Oh, the Mole Man. The Mole Man's so lame. Mole Man is so lame. Like, I don't get why this guy is a problem. Like, you guys just keep him somewhere, and he's not gonna do these inbred moloids that he's clearly making love to create the other ones. And he's, I don't know. That guy should not be an issue for the Fantastic Four.
He really shouldn't.
There's 4 of you guys.
Yeah.
Why is this guy even
he's not even enhanced?
No, and he's their first villain.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he, has those creatures that do his bidding, but he can swing a cane.
Yeah, I bet he can.
I know this villain called Egg Foo. Do you know Egg Foo?
Yeah, I think he actually has an egg head. Oh, there's actually a guy named Egghead too.
Yeah, from the Marvel universe. I mean, we could just keep going on, but we're trying to give ones that actually have some merit to them.
Some substance.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to get down to it, Galactus is kind of lame too. The concept of Galactus is lame.
That's why I was so glad that the Tick existed, because the Tick, especially the cartoon, really did.
It took the pee out of the comic book genre.
Their version, I can't remember what their version of Galactus was.
He looked pretty much like Galactus.
Yeah, but he was heavy, and he literally ate the planet with his mouth. It's I like the comedy in it, and I appreciate the lameness, but I do like the ones that were meant to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Catman,
who's
but then they revamped as well.
Yeah, because he's a fighter, right?
He's a what?
He's like a boxer, the best boxer on the planet.
That's Wildcat.
That's why. Okay, so
Catman was an old Batman villain.
Okay,
who basically looked just like Batman, but gold, like golden brown.
Right. Okay.
And he was like such a joke that like you kind of see him on his last like hurrah, and it wasn't even the Teen Titans. There was like some no-name group just like stops him. And so he like goes out into the Serengeti, I think, and then just like lives with this like lion family, and like learns.
Like he lives with a pride of lions.
Yeah, yeah. And then he becomes a very cool character, and that's kind of the idea of this discussion, is that this place is like these characters are ripe for revamp,
right?
And Catman is the perfect example of that. Yeah, they actually made him a very interesting character. Like he like kind of gets jacked in the wild,
right.
He literally like kind of succumbs to the pride. Like one of them like claws him on his chest, so he's like got that like mark, and they made him kind of like this interesting like fighter.
Okay.
But yeah, these are just some like goofy characters that you guys should just look up the pictures again. Yeah. Matter Eater Lad, Great Lakes Avengers, like just Google
the Wrecking
these
Crew real quick.
Oh,
how cool are they?
They're so cool. But go ahead, let's talk about them.
Yeah, I guess the last I just have team ones because these are Thor villains, right?
Yes.
They have enchanted, like Thor has the enchanted hammer. And one of Thor's nemesis, Enchantress, enchants all these construction site tools.
Yes,
a crowbar, wrecking ball. No, that's Zorby Man.
So what I think?
So
she makes the wrecker.
Yeah,
and gives him this enchanted crowbar. Okay, she just like he's a guy who he's a thief.
Oh, is that what
he's got a crowbar on him?
Okay,
and then so she's like trying to create a distraction, and so she gives him power, and then he's able to bestow power onto these other things. So when all four of the Wrecking Crew are together, they're actually like at a fourth of the. When there is no Wrecking Crew and it's just the Wrecker, he's way powerful.
Gotcha.
He's like almost as powerful as Thor.
Gotcha.
And then he splits the power between these other, like, there's Bulldozer and there's
Pile Driver
and Wrecking Ball. No, Thunderball.
Yeah, there you go.
Thunderball, and they all have like enchanted like construction equipment. And yes, it sounds super lame, but it's always fun when you watch them.
Executed cool.
It's always fun when you see them.
I mean.
All right, kids, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for listening. If you like what we're doing, please hit the subscribe button. Leave us a like. Can you give us some lame heroes, or maybe some lame, or maybe you're like, those guys are cool. Like, what are you talking about? The Wrecking Crew is the best crew, you know?
Well, funny enough, we were almost called the Wrecking Crew on the podcast.
Yeah, maybe our fans can be the Wrecking Crew,
Hey!
Eric.
Yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts for us today?
I'm just nuts for Squirrel Girl.
Yeah. Man, you guys should see how pleased Eric looks. He looks so pleased. His legs are crossed. Like he looked at me in my eyes as he delivered that line. I learned that I lose a little bit of respect when Eric does that stuff, Like it's just too much. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I've been your host, Roman Chavez.
I'm still Eric Icarus.
And we will see you on the next show.